Yo, what is going on, guys? In this video, we're going to take a look at a gameplay against tight offset, tight end, and I feel like this is the perfect way to kind of start this little series of mine on YouTube, and that's to go over some of these, main meta formations. And I think tight offset is probably the one formation that you really need to know how to slow down. Otherwise, you're just going to be in constant hell game after hell game because it seems like 90% of the community is in this one formation. So with that being said, I am rocking 1-4, dime 1-4. It used to be called dime 1-4-6. I like it because I feel like compared to dollar, this gives me a much better shot at stopping the run without having to rely on gap shoots. Because of the fact that my three defensive linemen are actually standing up, even when I pinch them, they don't go down into that 3-point stance. What that does is that allows them to get really glitchy animations when they are shooting through. Essentially, they're shooting through the gaps themselves. So you saw in the very first play of my opponent's last drive, he ends up running 0-1 trap. Now you see with my defensive lineman standing, if I pinch and crash down out of cover 4, they do a really good job of not only like holding that interior gap, but it allows me really to have free roam in terms of where I shoot with my user, right? I can kind of just mirror the running back. Now, when you do it out of other plays outside of cover 4, you kind of got to be picky because certain O-line, let me rephrase that. The O-line will react differently if your outside linebackers are not in hook curls or mid reads. If they're not in a yellow. So for instance, you'll see later on in this game, I try to go to a blitz that is really good against my opponent passing the ball, but because my outside linebacker is in a 3-rec when I run that blitz, he goes to the inside, and it allows them a nice little alleyway to cut back on the 0-1 trap to where I can't actually shoot it and get good timing. Matter of fact, here's the play that I was referring to. You see the outside linebacker on the right in a 3-rec? I did not crash down right there. I was setting up the blitz, and you see he runs that. Now he no huddles here. This time I am going to crash down, but because I crashed down and the 3-rec technically shoots to the middle of the field, you see how he's got that nice cut back to the right-hand side right there. So that was exactly what I was referring to. So here you see I audible 2-man under because this will allow me to stop the 0-1 trap. But because I'm base aligned, for whatever reason, they man aligned incorrectly, and I had nobody on the seam, which he threw right there. So you see he finally stops no huddling. I go back to cover 4. This time I'm going to grab my safety just because I want more protection against the run. And you'll see I do believe he calls a 1 trap right here, and he does. And you see, once again, the simple pinch crash down with the defensive line does a great job of blowing up this 0-1 trap at a cover 4. So you see now he's running it a couple times. He knows that he can't really do it, so he's going to try to pass. I'm playing cover 4 shaded down, so I have hard flats out there. Nothing's really open. He's really, in order to really attack the defense I'm in, he would have to attack the middle of the field. So not only has he got to attack that, he's got to attack my user, plus the 2 hook zones, plus the inside quarter. So the middle of the field was actually done a pretty good job as well. You see right here, tries to attack the sidelines, and he ends up throwing a pick. Cover 4 in the red zone is really good if you're not blitzing. But you have to be able to stop the run, which kind of all goes back to what I was referring to in the first place of why I prefer 1-4 over dollar. So here you see he's back on offense. I scored, let's just make it 14-0. He's going to start highballing. You could tell at this point in the game he really didn't know what to do. He tried throwing some corners. He tried highballing this PA seams. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he goes to this quite a bit once he sees that I'm blitzing. And you can see, like right there, it was a really bad read. My user was just even worse. I go to manually guard that. For whatever reason, I peel back. I don't even know if a route was coming. I just left the receiver. He threw right at me, and he gets a completion there. Here, he just outruns my blitz. That was the first time I've seen Cunningham actually live up to that really fast speed that he has because Verrett's fast. and he just flat out outran him. So, he's driving a little bit. Now he's starting to try to hit over the middle of the field. My user's just good enough to get the pressure to come in home. So you see with 1-4, I'm able to pinch crash my defensive line down like that, and then I'm able to blitz one of those or both of those corners. And when I do that, I'm going to be able to take away not only the run with the pinch crash down, but also I'm going to be able to get the pressure in free. So pretty much I only have to take away routes very selectively. Like I don't have to, take away the entire field, which is nice. Here you see I'm going back to blitzing just one side. He rolls out a little bit, throws a drag. He's moving the ball. He's actually doing a decent job of attacking, what I'm trying to do right here. Now, the downside to what he's doing is, he's running out of time. It's almost halftime. There's 20-something seconds left. He goes back to the high ball. He actually catches this one. He tries to throw that high ball quite a bit, and I think that might have been the first time he's actually caught it when I ran zone. Unfortunately for him, this time he tries to sneak a running back out of the backfield on an angle route, and my vert hook right there, shaded down, plays that perfectly. I get the pick. So he gets no points coming out of half. It is 14-0, and you see he goes right back to this high ball seam, right? So he sees that I've got that hook there. He just threw a pick on it. So now he's going to try to attack this. He motions the running back over here, partially to pick up the blitz, partially to basically make it look like he was going to flip his play, I would assume. But yeah, it doesn't really change anything for me. I'm not doing anything real crazy with this defense. That's the thing I really like about it. The only difference is I'm manning up now. You'll see I'm going to start manning up some people. There I sent the dual side. I left the hook zone. 3rd and 14, I know, or I expect PA seams to come here. So you're going to see I man up Sean Taylor right on, I believe that's Tony Gonzalez. Yep. I'm sending the left side heat. He knows that it's 3rd down, so he can just pick that up. Unfortunately, he tries to throw the post route, the deep out zone KO, mid zone KO, whichever one actually animated right there, and knock the ball out. 4th and 14. In this scenario, I'm sending everybody, and I'm manning up Tony Gonzalez, and he's just going to have to beat me. And you see right here, he only has the one read. Pressure comes in, throws up, and ultimately that's going to be ball game. He's going to quit out of here after that. But I wanted to give you guys an example of how I prefer to run defense against this popular formation. Hopefully you guys learned something. Drop a comment if you want to see more videos like this.